Okay, I received this letter here from Shia in West LA on Barrington someplace. And she writes me that she's enclosing samples of 3 leaves from a red Japanese maple planted 3 months ago in a planter, large container. The problem is, and she writes, as you can see, the tips of its leaves are drying out while the soil is wet. The new growth is brilliant red, but soon turns to green. I have another one in the same situation. Let's talk about the turning to green first. There are different types of Japanese maples, and they all have different types of coloration in the leaves. There's one in particular called Oshiobeni that starts out bright red and gradually fades to green, as opposed to some of the other varieties like Burgundy, which stay pretty much a dark red. So you probably have an Oshiobeni. Now the good part about having an Oshiobeni is that they are fairly hardy plants. They're going to do very well for you. Now as far as the burning on the tips, this is really common for Japanese maples. It represents, it's due to two things. One is the salts in the water and the soil, and number two is the heat that we have here. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last several months we've had some pretty steady heat. We haven't had a lot of June gloom. So your plant's probably not going to do very well. I wouldn't worry about it until next year. Now what I would do, I talk to you on the phone, and you have the plants located in full sun. You want to move that to about half day sun or bright filtered shade. That'll help give you some more longevity on the leaves. We at the Arboretum here, we're in the San Gabriel Valley. It's pretty sunny most of the time, and we have some really nice Japanese maples, but they're located under the dense shade of other trees. So at least half a day sun where you are in the west part of LA. It's nice and cool there, so you don't have to go full shade on those. And if you do pull them into full shade, make sure that it's not a dense dark shade, but a shade that is light and airy, or at least dappled would be the best. Another thing you want to do is increase the acidity of the soil. This is pretty easy to do. You can do it one of two ways. You can use a fertilizer that is acidifying, like Mere Acid. It's the corresponding Miracle-Gro product for acid soils to Miracle-Gro, Mere Acid. Or you can use aluminum sulfate or iron sulfate. All of these products will acidify the soil. The aluminum sulfate will last a lot longer than some of the others, but it is aluminum, and some people don't like working with aluminum because it does irritate people with arthritis and other allergies. Or I should say, arthritis is an allergy, but it does worsen arthritis, and it can be a problem. So that sounds like you're on the right path. You've got a great variety of Japanese maple. It's going to do very well for you there. So once you start using the acidifier and you move it to an area that's partial or dappled shade, it should do just fantastic.